and welcome back to AR77. Today we have another indulgent video. Apologies, sorry, not sorry. My two big loves really when it comes to the pistol world are I love 1911s and I love Sig Sauers for a variety of reasons. Mainly just the aesthetics, you know. I like the way they look, I like the way they feel. And I've done a video on 1911s, so let's do one on Sig Sauers, shall we? And I thought I'd just do a quick video. I say quick, you know that they're never that quick, but I thought I'd do a video on the Sig Sauers that I have, and I'm just going to go through them in chronological order, in order of the ones that I bought. And I'll talk about some of the similarities, some of the differences, and why I like each one, really. So I should probably have waited to make this video because I'm waiting on 2 or 3 new pistols, which I'll obviously be doing kind of reviews, if you could call them that, on. And one of them is another Sig. Having said that, I thought, nah, let's just crack on and make a video. I can always do another one. And I enjoy making them, so there you go. Alright, so first off the bat then is this. This is the Sig Sauer SP226. Do you know what? I'm not sure who makes this. I know that it's available with plastic slide and plastic frame. Don't think there's a blowback version of this. This is non-blowback. This has the metal slide and the plastic frame. I believe you can get a version that has a kind of a stainless slide, which I guess would be quite nice. But this was one of the first pistols I bought. When I was just kind of getting into things really, and I was cautious about how much I wanted to spend, but I was sure that I wanted a metal slide rather. I wanted a bit of weight to the pistol. I'm not keen on the ones that have plastic slides, although having said that, there's some nice ones around that certainly look the part. So if you're a replica fan and you want something that's a bit easier on your budget, then yeah, go for the plastic slide versions if you can. The plastic slide version of this, and there's a plastic slide version of the Smith & Wesson M&P, I think. The HK USP, there's a plastic slide version of that, which is non-blowback, which I never purchased because I was kind of hoping and waiting for an HK USP that had the full metal slide and blowback and everything, and that is out there now. So I'm on that I'm on it like a car bonnet, as they say, and that'll be coming soon. So this is the SP2022. I think I've said in previous videos this was made, I believe, as a kind of civilian version, or as a more wallet-friendly version of the P226. As far as I'm aware, I know that the frame is slightly different. The slide is different, so in styling it looks slightly different, but I think all the internals were pretty much identical between this and the P226. On this particular gun, I don't even know who makes this. I don't know if this is Umarex or what. I didn't keep the box, and I perhaps should have done. I just kind of got it early doors and took it out of the box and started using it and got, you know, familiar with it and stuff. And then the box just got torn up and I ended up throwing it away. And these days I'm a bit more cautious with that. These days I tend to keep hold of the boxes because it's an easy way to store them in the box in something else with a lock on it. Nice pistol, a lot of weight to it, feels sturdy, and it really encapsulates everything that I like generally about Sig design. I like this kind of thick, chunky kind of look. It feels like you've got a lot in your hand there. I'll talk about this, you know, I've spoken about this before, but this bore axis that I think you call it at the back here, that's quite significant compared to another pistol. I don't even know if I've got another pistol around. I don't think I do, but you compare that to anything else other than perhaps H&Ks, and that's quite a significant distance. But it just makes it look quite solid and quite chunky. You've got this really deep looking slide there, quite aggressive kind of end there to the trigger guard, and I really like that. I really like that. So nothing on this one particular one works much. That I believe that's probably a slide catch release, doesn't do anything. The safety is a working safety. You've got red dot there for fire, and then not for safe, but you've got a nice S. You've got plastic but usable working magazine release, which does release a full-size metal magazine, .177 caliber, 4.5mm. So that's quite nice, dead easy to load. I mentioned on the review for this that the spring is very user-friendly, and your CO2 just pops in the bottom there, pretty standard. Nice weighty magazine there. So I picked up a couple of those because when you're shooting away, you do get through that ammunition quite quickly. The pistol itself is unlicensed, I guess, unbranded. I mean, it says made in Taiwan. By who? I don't know. By whom? I don't know. But yeah, really quite a nice pistol. For a non-blowback pistol, it looks the part. It's got kind of a deep recess there on the barrel before you get to the actual brass section of the actual barrel. But that's a really nice, for me, that's a really nice looking pistol. Now other people will go, no, I prefer the Glock shape, or I prefer that traditional kind of 1911 shape. I like the 1911, I like the Glock. But there's just something about the dimensions here that just fit for me. I think in the officially licensed one it says Sig Pro here, and there's probably your Sig Sauer markings, which would be nice, but I dare say I got this a little bit cheaper because it didn't have that. This was my first Sig. Outside of that, I tell a lie, before I had this, I had a couple of Sigs that were kind of spring airsoft pistols that were quite nice, but didn't quite cut the mustard. And then I sort of started looking at the other airsoft stuff, and the good airsoft stuff. I believe you need a license, or you need to be involved in airsoft and have played so many skirmishes or so many games, or have is it UCARA, or I don't know how you pronounce it, license to get the guns that aren't sort of two-tone. And as a replica collector, I didn't want two-tone guns. I wanted the real deal. So for me, .177 or 4.5mm BB was the way to go. Nice gun there, SP226. From there, what did I get next? From there, actually, I kind of went left field and purchased this, which is obviously a 1911, but it's a Sig Sauer 1911. This is the Spartan, a really nice pistol, nice kind of bronzy finish there. You got the Moulin Larbe motif here, and in the slide, I believe, yeah, Moulin Larbe. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it's something along the lines of if you can take it from me, or something like that. If you can get it from my hands, or something like that. Somebody will correct me. I'm sure a quick Google search will sort that issue out. Really nice pistol, full metal. In some ways, for me, this is the best of both worlds, because it's kind of Sig Sauer, but it's also a 1911, and it looks different to a regular 1911. If you look at it, you've got this sort of cut out here, which you can see on the SP22 exists here as well. It's a kind of a style cue almost. Again, the barrel is a little bit more square. The slide, sorry, is a bit more squared off, a bit more aggressive squaring there. So it does look like a 1911, but it also looks very much like a Sig. This is a really nice pistol. It's a stick mag. Very straightforward. Can I get that back in there? Yeah, and this was the first pistol that I owned that I think comes under the Sig Sauer ASP banner, which is Action Sport Pistol, I believe. I don't think it was the first they made. I think the first ones they made was the P250 and the P226. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I say that in every video, don't I? I don't really know very much, it seems. But this was the first I got because I just thought it looked different to anything else I had. And it's a 1911, and it's a Sig. And it was the first that introduced me to this kind of cantilever loading mechanism for the CO2. So your CO2 just goes in there, you open that up, and then you close it back up like that, put your grip back on. Really nice pistol. But that design, that cantilever design, then continued in the rest of the Sig Sauer range. Let's have a look at another lovely pistol. The next one I got in my collection was this. This is the Sig Sauer P226, and once again, you can see that style kind of cue there, something that I particularly like. And I've seen that in the Smith & Wessons as well. I've seen it in other pistols, but it's something that you see regularly on Sig Sauers. Again, you know, I'm not an expert, I just like what I like. And this is a really nice gun, the Sig Sauer P226 Action Sport Pistol. This is a pellet pistol now, so this is slightly different to the others. This shoots 0.177 caliber pellets through a rotary mag. You've seen those before. So the others are kind of, you had a stick mag, you had a full metal mag on the SP2022. This one is a kind of rotary stick mag, really, for the pellets. Really nice. It's blowback, but it's still kind of, it's not quite single action, you know. It's, although having said that, I've got it on safe there. So let's put it on fire. So it does cock the hammer, but you hear that, you're still rotating the mag before it releases, although it is easier in single action. Lovely sights on this, white dots front and rear, and again, you've got that tall kind of bore axis at the back there. So again, very similar. You can see how it's, or how this and the SP2022 are kind of derivative of each other. Really nice grips on this, and again you get that they kind of finessed the design a little bit, but again you've got that cantilever where you lock that up for your CO2. This has got a laser on it, just because why not? There you go. It's not really a recessed barrel. You can take this end bit off if you want to. You can unscrew that if you want to add a mock suppressor. You can't take it down or anything like that, but the pistol is nice. The one thing that a lot of people kind of went, oh, that's really good, but what a shame, is the ejection port. No cutout ejection port. So it's not, doesn't look very accurate. Obviously in the 1911 here, lovely stainless cutout ejection port, BB pistol. Yeah. Oop, camera goes again. Here on the SP2022, it's cutout ejection port. The slide doesn't work, but it's still cut out, you know. BB pistol. Slightly different with the pellet pistol because ultimately it's a revolver, so the mechanism doesn't quite work the same. Hey ho, lovely pistol, nevertheless. I think it came out the same sort of time as the P250. The P250 was then kind of superseded by the P320, I believe, and I don't have a pure P320. I don't have a basic P320. That's one of the ones on my list for the future. But I kind of went beyond that. The next one I went for was this beast. This is the Sig Sauer X5. Now, there was an X5 model, which is the competition version, really, the competition model of the Sig range. In some ways, you could say there was a Sig X5 based on a P226. I feel like this is based on the P320, and I don't know why that is. I just think it's because the cutout of the slide there, as the styling has changed, it's got a bit more modern. They've gone for that kind of styling rather than this cut-out groove here. It feels like they've updated and things, and that's the same on the P320 and possibly the P250. But I went for this next. I was so impressed with the P226. I thought, let's go big or go home. So I went for the X5, and a part of the reason for that was the round count. Really, I mean, this has got, look, it's lovely. It's got you've got your rail here, and you've got your serrations front and rear, and that doesn't do anything. Your takedown lever and your slide catch doesn't do anything. But you've got what is it? A 20 round belt fed magazine here, and that's attractive. A few pellets in there. That's attractive to me, just because I'm constantly loading, and as you can see, they've used that cantilever design again to great effect. So it's dead easy, no Allen keys needed here. You've got that cantilever design. You've got your 20 round belt fed magazine. It is blowback. It is single action only, but having said that, listen for that indexing of the magazine. It indexes and then it releases. Yeah, can't do anything double action, it's only single action. But a really nice pistol, really nice kind of beaver tail there, really nice grips. Pretty straightforward pellet pistol. Having said that, no cutout ejection port, which is a shame. You do have, I think they're adjustable sights, so that's something. But it's a bit bling, it's a bit nice. It's big, it's heavy, lovely pistol, but it kind of goes with that more modern styling of the kind of cutout slide there, which continues onto the next one that I bought. As I say, I kind of bypassed the P250. Why did I bypass that? I think I bypassed it because I was still stuck in that, I want full metal, I want full metal mindset, which is daft, really. It's daft. But the P250, I think, had a polymer lower and a metal slide, as per the real firearm. But I liked the P226 because it was full metal, so I went that way when those two came out. Then when the P320 came out, I really liked the styling of it, but it was kind of the cutout ejection port, or the lack of cutout ejection port, kind of turned me off a little bit. So I was kind of, look, if there's not going to be a cutout ejection port, let's go for something totally different, and that's why I went for the kind of the RoboCop of the Sig range. So then I went somewhere completely different. I went totally different and went for this option. P365 BB pistol. Tiny little BB pistol. I've got small hands, and there you go. That's a tiny little pistol, but so enjoyable. Really, really fun to shoot. Partly because it's so small, it gives you a really good kickback. All the markings are there. Sig Sauer P365, a nice little red dot there when you're on fire. The sights are amazing. You've got a white dot at the back and that kind of day glow green at the front. A really nice pistol. Polymer lower, metal slide, polymer frame, metal slide. Bit of a recess there to the barrel. Full size dropout magazine. It's plastic and metal. You can see your CO2 goes in there, and you tighten it up there. Ammunition in the front. It's got this little bit to aid you filling in the BBs. Now this locks down like that and slides back up when the BBs are in. It's a really nice little pistol. is that. Heard some horror stories, and I think one of you mentioned on one of the comments that you'd heard some horror stories or had bad experiences about this pistol. I've seen it. I've seen the fact that, you know, a lot of these haven't done very well when they got into people's hands. But this one, apart from a bit of an issue with the first magazine I had, this has been a little belter. And it's, you know, it's a cut-out ejection port. So it's nice for us replica fans. Locks back after the last shot. It really gives a nice little kick when you shoot it. And again, you know, it's got that more modern styling to it, just like the X5 and the P320. But it stays, oops, just going to lose my camera there. It also stays true to the kind of Sig style. And if you look at that, and you look at that, you can see the heritage, you can see where it's come from. Really nice. This is less aggressive than on the others. If you look at the X5 there and the P226, you get that more aggressive front to the trigger guard, whereas this is more like the, there was one that I had before which was years older, which was kind of like the SP2022. It might have been a P220, I think, that had a softer sort of trigger guard there. I think actually the P220 is what Jack Bauer carried in the first series of 24. But obviously that makes it probably easier to get into the holster. Maybe it's about concealed carry, that sort of thing. But this is a really nice pistol. BB shooter P365. Really nice. You can take that down as well. You just you sort of take the mag out. I'm probably not going to do it, but I think, yeah, you push that down, and the slide kind of comes all the way back and then up and off, and you can get rid of any jams and then push it back down, slide it forward, and then disengage that little clip there. But that's a really nice pistol. Then the M17. Again, look at the heritage. I love it when cars or pistols or anything kind of show the heritage. They show the lineage of how they've got to where they are. You know, if I take you back to that SP2022, look at the back of that. So little difference there in the profile. So little difference. Yeah. And then add that to the way that they cut out the top of the slide there, just like on the X5. I guess, I mean, this is based on the P320, I believe, but you see that again there on the P365. Yeah, I believe the M17 is a derivative or a version of the P320, so it all makes sense. This is, I think this is the best pellet shooter that Sig have made, pistol-wise. And, well, I'll say that there's another one that's a Target one, which is probably, it's a lot more expensive, and it's I forget what it's called, but in terms of kind of action pistol, ASP as Sig call it, I think this is the best so far. You've got all your Sig markings, you've got your cutout there, you've got a polymer frame, metal slide, you've got a working takedown lever. You can take this pistol down, similar to the P365 actually. You slide it back and pull it up and over. You can add a red dot there, a Sig Sauer red dot if you want. You have working safety there, all this lovely contrast. I said with the Glock 19X, I like that contrast of the black on the full dark earth. And look at that magazine release. Yeah, that's the SP2022. Same kind of magazine release. I really like that. I don't know why, it doesn't make any difference. I just like that sort of stuff. Again, on the other side, really nice pistol. Complicated mag system. This magazine has your CO2 in here, but again we have that cantilever type way of loading the CO2, so they've kind of updated it, they've made it different. That's straightforward though, it's easily done, and you've got a valve here, and this kind of takes the magazine in a different direction. Once again though, it's a 20 round belt fed mag. I think for the P320, I think they might have made it a 30 round mag, which I'm kind of looking forward to, see how that kind of fares. But I'm expecting, on a 30 round mag, I'm expecting a few jams, because I think I've seen that that's the case. But this is a lovely pistol. And even though it's a pellet pistol, even though it's blowback, it has cut-out ejection port. And I don't know why that's such a big deal, but it is. It just, I don't know. I mean, it's not like you can see through it. Well, you can, but you can't see fully through it. It's still a lot of stuff sort of blocking your view there. It's just something about it. I think it's when you look at it when it's closed, and the fact that you know it'll slide back. That's the main thing. But there you go. That's the best so far. As I say, there's a 320 coming my way, as well as a few other different pistols. But Sig, yeah, I really like them. I like the styling of them. I like the shape of them. They just look different. They're different to Colts and Smith and Wessons and things. They've just kind of got a style of their own, and I quite like that. They're all going to fall apart now, but that's okay. Let's stick that one on there. That's a good one to finish on. Sig Sauer, spotlight on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please feel free to disagree with me and inform me, educate me. Please like, please subscribe, get in touch, have a chat, whatever you want to do. All the best. Take care. Bye-bye.